Hello, Elvis 2022 channel, Rare Elvis Photos on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok. Once again, it is 2024, and Priscilla Presley, of course, is going to be traveling around, sharing her so unique story about Elvis and how she waited until their wedding night, and how Elvis was generous. I think there's 3 or 4 things that she says over and over again that I think she's trained herself to remember about the man that she left. Um, and of course, I mean, we all know the story of Priscilla Presley, having an affair 6 weeks um, after giving birth to Lisa Marie Presley. We know the Priscilla Presley that put herself out in the tabloids all the time, that flaunted all of her relationships, that according to Robert Kardashian's friend, that he would put she would put the phone off the hook while Robert and her were having marital relations without being married, and that Robert Kardashian wanted to marry her, but she didn't because, once again, you can have too many last names: Priscilla, Boulou, Wagner, Kardashian, Presley. Garcia, Garibaldi. I don't really know. Anyways, but Priscilla Presley's going out and telling the same story over and over again. And once again, brand new year, but I mean, there's nothing that's going to change. Now, we are working as an Elvis community to hopefully stop her from being buried at Graceland. Once again, there's no guarantee she's going to be buried there. In the lawsuit, when she sued her grandchildren, she put in there the clause that she wanted to be buried there, as well as the clause that she couldn't be sued by Elvis Presley Enterprises. I think that's what somebody had mentioned to me that they found in the paperwork. But there's lots of clauses because Priscilla Presley wants to use Elvis's name. She wants to use that Presley name when it's not her name anymore. Presley is not Priscilla's name. Now, I might put Priscilla Presley in the title of the videos, but that's so hopefully the fans that follow Priscilla Presley can learn something about her. And if you have not been to my channel before and you're irritated and mad at me about this, just look at all the videos. Look at the podcast that I have on my Elvis 2022 channel, Rare Elvis Photos, right here. And that's got a lot of videos about Priscilla and what it took for her to get an introduction to Elvis, and the book Child Bride. Because once again, this is not all information that I was around to see. I've certainly talked to some insiders, and I've been careful what I put out there because once again, a lot of the information is what she does in the public. Saying stuff like starting to sing "Happy Birthday" at the anniversary of Elvis's death. It was a happy birthday for her because she thought she was going to get rich and famous, and she did. She did, and she really worked it. Now, that being said, there's a lot of people that say she deserves her props. She saved Graceland. Well, once again, it's a new year, same old story. She didn't save Graceland. They already had plans to have a museum, before Vernon even died. There was already concepts and conversations in place. She didn't magically think of a great idea. Graceland, there's the beautiful manger from Graceland during Christmas time. Graceland to her was just a cash cow. A money grab. Now, did she have some right, to have money coming in, and because she did have Lisa as the daughter, she did have to have some sort of income. So there's that argument that I'm not going to completely argue with for Priscilla fans. I mean, Lisa had to be taken care of, but we do know that later on in life, this martini sipping New York girl who conned Elvis Presley into loving and marrying her, in my opinion, and in lots of other people's opinions. Later on in life, she stole money from Lisa Marie Presley. She took money as a trustee without doing anything. $900,000 a year, and Lisa was furious. She was out of money, running out of money, and part of the reason why she was running out of money was her dear mama. And Elvis's exasperated face in that last photo, I can just imagine, Now, once again, I take issues with a lot of other things too. And there's going to be more video series on Elvis's will and what his intentions were and what he wanted to have happen really didn't happen in full completeness. Now, obviously, he wanted his little daughter taken care of, And the bulk of the fortune would have went to Lisa Marie, but he didn't want his family members to be left out in the cold. He didn't want his friends to be sued by Priscilla to get their videos back, to get pictures back, to get all that stuff, to turn over anything that was Elvis Presley related. And she used her womanly wiles to get some of that, including skinny dipping in the pool, and perhaps more than that, with the Stanley Brothers. Like I said, there's a lot of devious stuff that Priscilla Presley fans do not realize that she did, according to stories of the people that were around her. And that's kind of part of what this channel is about. I want to say it's about a third of this channel, because I really want to put out a great video of Elvis just about every single day, of pictures that you haven't seen before. I'd like to try to put out a story about Elvis or somebody around him that's a positive thing. But also, there's a huge community, 56,000 plus, and more, that's out there that haven't subscribed yet, that want the truth about Priscilla Presley out there. And of course the Priscilla movie this year that came out tanked, thankfully. Some little Priscilla Army fans went and watched it, and I don't blame you. I mean, if you like a certain person, or you like a person's story, completely get it. But even some of the Priscilla fans said, oh, it was nothing new, it was boring, the actors were, she was pretty, the little actress, he was boring, the actor that played Elvis. I mean, can't they get anybody that's a good looking guy? Austin Butler did a pretty decent job, and I know a lot of you like him and love him. I really wasn't that impressed with him, but once again, it doesn't mean that you guys aren't right. I think that he did dedicate himself to make the movie, and I think that maybe some of his energy was Elvis-like. But anyhow, I didn't like that they shut his family out, and it was just Priscilla, and of course they involved Lisa on this as well. But it was during a time when she was sick and going through surgeries and depression over finding out that she was broke from her mom and the other trustee, Barry Siegel. Anyhow, but I hate seeing little photos. Now, of course, this is a thumbnail from one of my other videos, but you see how Priscilla looked and how Lisa wanted to be happy and love her mama, and Priscilla was just like, oh, this is a weight on me. That's what I see when I see that picture, that she's not happy about having to have somebody to take care of. And she was a lot happier when she's with guys like Mike Stone and Mike Edwards, and out flitting around the globe and dropping her daughter off at Scientology and leaving her daughter with nannies. And of course, when Lisa was with Elvis, she got to experience the single life, and party like she liked to party, going to islands with guys. And anyhow, let me know what you think. This video is pretty much over. There's just some other photos of Priscilla, Ballou, Wagner, potentially Kardashian, Garibaldi, Garcia, not Presley. And if you made it this far, well, send me a laugh on that if you thought that was funny. And then I'll know you actually watched this part of the video. And there's Riley Keough, who is entrusted in trying to continue to make new fans for Elvis Presley in a safe, respectful way. And I think it's a challenge with her mom out there, just shining the light on the age, and continuing to say that she was 16 when she moved to Graceland, when she was nearly 18. A lot of falsehoods that get spread out there because it's sensationalism, and she gets to profit off of it. Profit, while her daughter's in the ground because she didn't care enough to take care of her daughter when she knew, quote unquote, that she was sick. And then, of course, the family signed a DNR. And I think the only family around, from what I knew, was Priscilla. Riley always talks about the last time she saw her mom alive, so I doubt that she was there. From everything I remember about the news reports that day and the next day, she was on a plane on the way there when Priscilla pulled the plug. I say pulled the plug, but signed the DNR so they would not resuscitate her. Anyways, this is Rare Elvis Photos, Elvis 2022 channel. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like, please subscribe. I do have a new member or two. I'm going to shout you guys out in the next video. Appreciate you joining. Hit that join button if you can. TCP, TLC.